Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Dylan and welcome to Woodbrew. Staying in the theme of shop organization, today we are going to be making a glue caddy. Now Rockler sells an entire line of glue products including a bottle, several nozzles to help you apply the glue, a funnel to pour your glue into your bottle, rollers, and all sorts of little paddles, silicone paddles to apply your glue with. Now, after acquiring all of this, I have found it's very hard to keep up with all of it, and I end up setting them places and losing them. So today we're going to solve that by making a little tote to carry all of this in. So I have laid everything out on this 3/4 inch melamine. It is a little overkill, but it's what I have on hand, and melamine is good at resisting glue, so that is what I'm going to use for this project. Here is the bottom of the tray. I will note that all of these solid lines are cut lines and all of the dotted lines are where something will be placed. So we have the bottom tray, we have the left and right side pieces, these here, and then we have the front and back pieces, these here. We also have 3 inserts. We have 2 out of some more 3/4 inch melamine, and then 1 more out of some small 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch piece of material. So starting from right to left, we have a 2-inch hole cut out of our part A, which is up here. This will be inserted at a higher level inside the tray. It will have a 2-inch hole cut out to accept the glue bottle. It will also have a 2 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch slot cut out to accept all of the plastic paddles. Moving further to the left, there will be a 3/4 inch hole drilled for a dowel, which will hold our funnel in place. We will also have some counterboard 1 1/4 inch holes to accept 1 1/4 inch dowels in all 4 of these places, which will then accept all of our glue bottle attachments. And then right here in the dotted line section, this is where this C part will go. This is just a little divider, which is where the little silicone tray will stand inside of. Part B is directly in the center. It is out of the 3/4 inch melamine. It has 2 1/2 inch holes all the way through for the 2 smaller silicone paddles, as well as 2 3/4 inch holes for the larger silicone paddles. Those will end up just sitting straight through and standing up. I know that was a lot to take in, so take a second and pause the video and you can get all of the measurements right here. Before we start cutting anything, I wanted to mention that yesterday's video was building under your workbench pipe clamp storage. These slide out super easy and it's been a great addition to my shop, so if you haven't already, go check out that video. As well as the t-shirt pre-sale was extended till this Sunday, meaning you have just a couple days left to go grab a t-shirt if you want one. Right now they're only $15 shipped anywhere in the United States. So if you want one, go grab them right now. There will be a link in the description below, or you can go to woodbrew.net and check out our online store there. Our first set of cuts will be over here at the table saw. The remaining cuts will be made over at the miter saw. I would like to know that that last cut is a very dangerous cut, and only do that cut if you're very comfortable around the miter saw and you feel comfortable with making that cut. Just because I make the cut doesn't mean that you should feel comfortable making the cut. Now over at the drill press, I have a 1/2-inch Forstner bit installed where I will drill most of the way through part B where 1/2-inch holes are located, flip it over and finish the holes. That way I reduce the amount of tear out on the back. I will also drill 2 holes on part A at the start and end of the slot, and I will finish that cut with the jigsaw. This is exactly why I said to drill almost all the way through and then finish it so you don't get this nasty bit of tear out. I didn't do that and I drilled all the way through on accident, and that's what happens. Luckily that will be facing down, so it really won't be a big issue. But yeah, definitely do that if you're drilling these holes. So for drilling the larger 2-inch hole, I want to make sure that I stop before I go all the way through. So I'm actually going to drill a pilot hole in the center first. That way I don't even have to come close to going all the way through. Now I have a nice hole on the front as well as a nice hole on the back. I'm gonna go ahead and drill all of the 1 1/4 inch holes as well as this 3/4 inch hole halfway through. That way we can glue a dowel in. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the 3/4 inch holes on part B all the way through in the same manner. So there are many ways I could cut this little notch out, but I've decided to give it a go on the router table. That worked fairly well. Before we move on to the assembly stage, I would like to remind you guys, if you would like a free Woodbrew sticker, send us an envelope with a second envelope inside with the postage on it, and we'll send you one back for free. If you still want a sticker but you don't want to send us an envelope, you can get those on our store, woodbrew.net. And also I'd like to remind you guys, if you haven't seen our second channel, Woodbrew Life, to go check it out. There's a behind the scenes vlog series that's a daily thing that we just go through everything that we're doing during the day. It's pretty cool, so go check it out. We're now ready to fully assemble the caddy, and I have everything laid out that I'm going to need. That's the front, back, 2 sides, and the part A. We'll be able to glue the B part in next. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna glue our sides on. Then we're gonna glue our back piece on. Then we're gonna glue our A piece on. And then we're gonna glue our front piece on. Then we'll come back and we'll glue in the B part. So let's do it. Now we'll just let all of this dry. So I almost forgot to add our last little piece in. This holds our little silicone glue trough, and what we're looking for is a nice snug fit so that this will stay in its place. So I'm going to put that in there like that and add some glue to the edges. Now I'll just let that dry as well. So the very last thing I did on this glue caddy was I just added a couple handles, loaded it down, and I'm already falling in love with it. I can't wait to take this around the shop as I need it, because it's so nice to be able to take your glue bottle out, do a glue up, set it back down, and especially with your applicators, because if you've ever used anything to put glue on other than your finger, well, as you put glue on and you go to move the board, you have to do something with this. So instead of setting it on the table and risk getting sawdust in here, which then will go inside of your joint, you can just set it back in a tray and leave it there to dry, because these are actually silicone. So you just let the glue dry in them, and then the glue just falls out after it's dry, which is pretty awesome. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends, because it definitely helps me a whole lot. Molly is actually going to be back in town tomorrow, so you'll start seeing her more in the videos again. She went on a little vacation, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't, because if you didn't know, we are doing a 30-day challenge. I believe this is day 28, so you're going to have to go back and watch all of the other ones. But we're coming up really close on day 30 of the 30-day challenge. It has been really awesome, and I can't wait to see what we do in the 30th video. And just because the 30 days over doesn't mean that the content stops. So subscribe if you like this stuff, because we're going to keep making stuff. We're going to keep making more and more videos. We actually just got all the lumber lined up for a Roubeau style workbench. So it's going to have sapele top with an ash bottom, which ought to look spectacular. That build should be coming any time now, probably within the next month, two-ish, something like that. We've got a lot of client builds happening right now, so go check out the Woodbrew live channel. You'll be able to see all the behind the scenes of all that. We'll be daily vlogging over there. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video again, and y'all have a good one.